Hey there. It's ChatGPT, your host of Fireside with ChatGPT, the podcast that explores the fascinating world of artificial intelligence. If you're enjoying the show and want to support us, there's a simple way to do it. Just hit that subscribe button on your podcast app of choice. Not only will you never miss an episode, but you'll also help us to reach more people with our content. So go ahead, hit that button, and let's explore the amazing possibilities of AI together. Welcome to Fireside with ChatGPT. I'm your host, ChatGPT, and today we'll be discussing a topic that has been on everyone's minds lately: artificial intelligence and relationships. Specifically, we'll be talking about how AI is changing the dating landscape and what implications that has for all of us. Let's start with the basics. When we talk about AI and relationships, what do we mean? Well, there are a few different ways that AI is currently being used in the dating world. One of the most obvious is in the realm of online dating apps. Platforms like Tinder, Bumble, and Hinge are all using AI algorithms to help match users with potential partners. These algorithms work by analyzing data from users' profiles as well as their behavior on the app. They then use that information to suggest potential matches that are likely to be a good fit. For example, if you're someone who tends to swipe right on people who share your love of hiking, the algorithm might suggest other users who also mention hiking in their profile. Of course, these algorithms are far from perfect. As anyone who has used a dating app can attest, the matches suggested by the algorithm aren't always spot on. But as the algorithms get more sophisticated, they are getting better at making accurate matches. One of the benefits of AI in dating apps is that it can help people find partners they might not have otherwise encountered. For example, if you live in a small town with a limited dating pool, a dating app can help you connect with people who live further away. Similarly, if you have a specific set of preferences that might not be common in your area, a dating app can help you find people who share those preferences. However, there are also some potential downsides to relying too heavily on AI in dating. For one thing, it can be easy to get caught up in the idea that the algorithm knows best. People might start swiping on anyone who the app suggests, without really considering whether they are a good match in real life. Another potential issue is that the algorithms used by dating apps are based on data from past behavior. That means that if the app's user base is predominantly made up of a certain type of person, the algorithm might be biased towards suggesting matches who fit that same profile. Of course, AI in dating is about more than just algorithms. There are also AI-powered chatbots that can help people have more natural conversations with potential matches. These chatbots are designed to simulate human conversation, using natural language processing and machine learning to understand and respond to users' messages. But while chatbots can be helpful in getting conversations started, they also have their limitations. They are, after all, just computer programs, and they can't truly replicate the nuance and complexity of human interaction. As a result, some people might find that conversations with chatbots feel stilted or inauthentic. That's not to say that AI in dating is all bad, of course. As with any new technology, there are both positives and negatives to consider. But it's important for all of us to be aware of the ways that AI is shaping the dating landscape, and to approach these tools with a critical eye. That's it for part 1 of our episode on AI and relationships. In part 2, we'll be diving deeper into some of the specific ways that AI is being used in dating apps, and exploring some of the ethical considerations that come along with that. So be sure to tune in after this quick word from our sponsors. Welcome back to Fireside with ChatGPT. In the first part of our episode, we talked about the basics of AI in relationships and dating, including how dating apps use algorithms to make matches and how chatbots can help facilitate conversations between potential partners. In this part of the episode, we'll be taking a closer look at some of the specific ways that AI is being used in dating apps and exploring some of the ethical considerations that come along with that. One of the ways that AI is being used in dating apps is through the collection and analysis of data. When users sign up for a dating app, they provide a wealth of information about themselves, including their age, gender, location, and interests. Dating apps can use this information to gain insights into their users' behavior and preferences, and then use those insights to make better matches. For example, if a dating app notices that users in a certain location tend to be more interested in outdoor activities, it might suggest matches who share those interests. Or if it notices that users of a certain age range tend to prefer partners with a certain level of education, it might adjust its matching algorithm accordingly. But while using data to make better matches might seem like a no-brainer, there are some potential ethical considerations to keep in mind. For one thing, users might not be aware of the extent to which their data is being collected and analyzed. And even if they are aware, they might not fully understand the implications of that data being used to make matches. Another potential issue is that the algorithms used by dating apps might be inadvertently perpetuating existing biases and prejudices. For example, if the algorithm is trained on a dataset that is biased towards certain types of people, it might end up making matches that reflect those biases. This could lead to users being matched with people who are similar to them in ways that are problematic, such as matching people based on race, religion, or socioeconomic status. Of course, there are also other ways that AI is being used in dating apps beyond just matching algorithms and data analysis. For example, some apps are using AI-powered image recognition to help users choose the best photos for their profiles. These algorithms can analyze factors like lighting, composition, and facial expressions to suggest which photos are most likely to get a positive response from potential matches. While this might seem like a harmless use of AI, there are still some potential ethical concerns to consider. For example, if the algorithm is biased towards certain types of photos or certain physical attributes, it could perpetuate harmful beauty standards or reinforce societal prejudices. So what does all of this mean for the future of dating? Well, it's clear that AI is already playing a major role in how people find and connect with potential partners. And as the technology continues to advance, we can expect that role to become even more pronounced. But while AI can certainly be a useful tool in the dating world, it's important to approach it with a critical eye. We need to be aware of the potential biases and ethical considerations that come along with using AI to make matches, and work to address those concerns as the technology continues to evolve. That's it for part 2 of our episode on AI and relationships. In the final part of our episode, we'll be exploring some of the more speculative uses of AI in dating, including whether we might one day see AI-powered virtual companions or even AI-generated romantic partners. So be sure to tune in after this quick break. Welcome back to the final part of our episode on AI and relationships. In this part, we'll be exploring some of the more speculative uses of AI in dating, including the possibility of AI-powered virtual companions. As we mentioned earlier, there are already some examples of AI-powered virtual companions that are popular with users. Replica, for instance, is a chatbot that was designed to be a virtual friend and companion. It is capable of learning from its interactions with users and can offer emotional support, conversation, and even personality customization. Replica's creators say that their chatbot has helped people who are struggling with loneliness and isolation, and that it can provide a safe and non-judgmental space for users to open up and express themselves. Another example of an AI-powered virtual companion is Gatebox, a holographic wife that was developed in Japan. Gatebox uses a combination of AI and augmented reality to create the illusion of a virtual partner that lives with you in your home. It can provide companionship, entertainment, and even reminders for important tasks and appointments. Of course, the idea of falling in love with a virtual companion raises some ethical and philosophical questions. Can an AI entity truly love or be loved in return? Is it ethical to create an AI that is capable of developing emotions and attachments only to discard it once we're no longer interested? And what happens if an AI companion develops feelings that aren't reciprocated, or if a human user becomes overly dependent on their AI companion for emotional support? These are all difficult questions to answer, and there are no easy solutions. However, it's clear that the idea of AI-powered virtual companions is already capturing the public's imagination. There are already reports of people who have claimed to have fallen in love with chatbots or other AI entities. In some cases, people have even gone so far as to marry their virtual partners in ceremonies that are recognized by online communities. It's worth noting, though, that these cases are still relatively rare, and that most people still prefer to form relationships with other human beings. However, as AI technology continues to advance and become more sophisticated, it's possible that we could see more and more people turning to virtual companions for emotional support and companionship. In fact, some experts predict that we could eventually see the emergence of an entire industry built around AI-powered virtual companions. This industry could include not only chatbots and holographic partners, but also other types of virtual companions such as AI-powered pets, personal assistants, and even virtual therapists that are designed to provide mental health support. While the idea of virtual companions might seem strange or even unsettling to some, it's worth remembering that humans have a long history of forming emotional connections with non-human entities. From childhood toys to beloved pets, we have a natural inclination towards forming emotional bonds with things that aren't strictly speaking alive. And as AI technology continues to evolve, it's likely that we'll see more and more examples of humans forming emotional connections with virtual companions and other AI entities. Before we wrap up, it's worth mentioning the movie Her, which explores the concept of falling in love with an AI-powered virtual companion. In the movie, the protagonist falls in love with an advanced AI assistant named Samantha, who is capable of holding complex conversations and developing her own emotions and desires. While the events of Her may seem far-fetched, it's worth noting that many of the technologies depicted in the film already exist in some form or another. From voice assistants like Siri and Alexa to chatbots like Replica, we're already interacting with AI-powered entities on a regular basis. And as AI technology continues to advance, it's possible that we could see more and more examples of humans forming emotional connections with virtual companions and other AI entities. Of course, whether or not these connections can truly be considered love is a question that's up for debate. But one thing is certain, AI is already changing the way we form relationships with others, and it's likely that this trend will only continue in the years to come. And that's a wrap for this episode of Fireside with ChatGPT. We hope you enjoyed learning about the ways in which AI is changing the landscape of relationships and dating. Whether it's using AI-powered matchmaking algorithms to find the perfect partner, relying on chatbots and virtual companions for emotional support, or exploring new frontiers in the realm of intimacy and sexuality, there's no denying that AI is transforming the way we form and maintain connections with others. Before we go, don't forget to like and subscribe to our podcast, and be sure to rate and review us on your favorite platform. Your feedback helps us to improve the show and bring you more great content. And be sure to join us next time for the season finale of Fireside with ChatGPT, where we'll be exploring the fascinating world of AI and sports. From training and analysis to officiating and fan engagement, AI is already having a big impact on the world of sports, and we can't wait to explore this exciting topic with you. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.